Mortgage Specialist, Vice President of Retail Sales, eMortgage Management. Welcome in, sir.
Thank you so much. That's really good to be here.
Yeah, excellent. So the reverse mortgage, there's a lot of myths out there about this product.
Yeah, we're going to go through that today. I wrote down the top 5 myths that are out there, the ones I get the most. Also, too, it gives you the realities behind that. So this should help explain some of the most explained parts of the reverse mortgage. So I'm looking forward to have that conversation. We'll also talk about where reverse mortgages even came from.
Yeah.
And what the real use for them is. So
I love it.
Look forward to it.
That's good stuff. I like that. Jason Brooks, eMortgage Management. Also in the house, our air conditioning expert, Paul Bundschu. He's a sales manager, One Stop Cooling and Heating. Welcome in, sir.
Thank you, Brandon. We're glad to be here again. Looking forward to talking about air conditioning. It's hot outside and people's air conditioners are breaking, and I'd like to try to get you to avoid having that breakdown and plan ahead.
That's right. 'Tis the season, man. It's heating up out there, and living in beautiful Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, you've got that humidity setting in. So this is something that you want to take a look at. You want to be proactive this time of year to make sure you don't get caught in these situations. So we want to help you win no matter what you're facing out there. Brandon Rhymes. We also have a call-in coming in from Sean Febre. He's the owner and president of Febre Frameworks. Does a great job on our real estate properties. Awesome video photography, drone videos, and a lot of cool things in that space. By the way, he just did an awesome video for me, 5208 East Longboat Boulevard in Tampa. This is a 5-bedroom, 3 and 1/2 bath property that is over 4,100 square feet, $855,000. And we just updated the pictures, and there's an awesome video out there on Vimeo and YouTube, Facebook. We just shared it on all of our social media sites. And we are having an open house there this weekend, 11 to 2. So come check it out at 5208 East Longboat Boulevard in Tampa. And we'll talk about some other hot listings that we have here coming up. But as you know, we always start our show off with an audible. We got Peyton Manning there helping us with that audible. So what we're talking about today is letting go of the past, limiting beliefs and letting go of the past. It's as a published author and a professional speaker. By the way, check out our book on Amazon, Become the MVP in Your Industry by Surfing the Radio Waves. It's available on Amazon. We'd love for you to check that out. But we want to talk a little about just a 2-minute drill here of letting go of the past. And if you're watching our television show version of the show, you can see this mirror here. And now this is a rear view mirror that I yanked out of a car. No, I'm just kidding. I bought it from a discount auto parts store or something. But it's a perfect metaphor for what happens in life. A lot of times you see so many people that carry that story with them from teenage years or childhood. Oh, can you believe what he did to me, what she did to me? And, oh, man, I can't believe they did that. And at some point, you got to let it go. You got to let go of the past. You've got to forgive. And it's not so much for that person. It's for yourself. You got to have that inner peace. And it's all about letting go of the past, overcoming limiting beliefs. So many times as parents tell children, oh, you're too small, get down from there, don't do that. And we sometimes allow that to carry through adulthood. We want to let go of those overcome those limiting beliefs. We also want to establish a new set of values and raise your standards. If you raise your standards, you're going to hold yourself accountable for that goal that you set, those new ideas that you put out there in place. And one of the greats, Jim Rohn, I heard him talk about the word resolve. You want to resolve to make sure, and it's like basically making a promise to yourself that, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to follow through with what I said, and follow your passion. So follow your passion to success. Let go of the past and overcome those limiting beliefs. That's your nuggets of advice. That's your 2-minute drill here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this great content. Reverse mortgages. I think they were established by the Reagan administration at one point, and that was a product that was out there. Jason Brooks, you're the expert here in the reverse mortgage space. So let's turn it over to you, man. Tell us what some of these myths are, brother.
Absolutely. So to get to the actual beginning of the reverse mortgage was actually back in 1961. It was a young lady by the name of Nellie Young in Portland, Maine, who got a loan on a reverse mortgage for the first time. In 1983 is when it went into, it made it through Congress.
Nice.
And FHA started insuring these loans. So the FHA, Federal Housing Administration, they do obviously first mortgage, forward mortgage as well, but they insure reverse mortgages. So the loans that we refer to are called HECMs, home equity conversion mortgages.
Right.
Some of the biggest myths that we run into, and I'll start with the fifth one that I wrote down. only people with financial hardships need a reverse mortgage. It's completely inaccurate statement. Now, obviously, it's a great tool to have if you needed, we're in a financial hardship. However, I have probably about half the people that I do reverse mortgages for actually are taking cash out and using that as investment. So just simple math. If you can borrow money at 4%, earn 6 to 8 on your money, you didn't pay anything for the money.
Right.
Not only that, you're not even making payments for the interest. So, it really is a great tool, not only for investment, but also for, you can purchase a home with a reverse mortgage. I've done several of those in the last few months, people moving down from up north with cash. They put half down and they keep the other half for themselves, and they live, mortgage free for the rest of their lives. So it's really not just for somebody with financial hardships. As a matter of fact, that's very rare that we see for that reason.
Yeah.
I have some examples that I could talk to you about where it does come into play, fixed income, you lose an income, and you still have a mortgage on your house, and you run into a situation where now you're talking about potentially selling your family home because you can't afford it.
Right.
When you have significant equity in the property. So the kids, it becomes a very much of a family affair in that situation, and which I actually do enjoy. That's probably one of the best things I enjoy from that.
Yeah.
Is watching how big of a life-changing event that really becomes. So, another one is that my home must be free and clear and I can't have any mortgages, which is not accurate. Typically, depending on age, it's about 50% equity position, sometimes up to 60, again, depending on age, that you need to be in order to take advantage of a reverse mortgage. There's 3 different types of reverse. You can take cash out. You can just freeze payments to where you never make a payment again, or you can do an annuity where you actually have money being returned to you as income, which is tax-free. It's not an actual income. You don't claim it on tax returns. So there's different types of ways to do that, and you can still make payments on a reverse. I actually have people that do that. Say, look, I can't afford a $2,000 payment. I want to pay $1,000. They can do that. They can do that, and it'll offset the negative equity as it grows on the back end of that deal. And it still leaves plenty of equity to the people that they're leaving the home for.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Jason, let's talk about this too. By the way, if you just joined us, I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. We're talking reverse mortgages here with Jason Brooks. He's the Vice President of Retail Sales with eMortgage Management, a local mortgage expert here in Tampa Bay. And when we talk about this, a lot of times, let's hit it head on, because I think in the past, and I've even talked to friends about it, and they say, oh, well, doesn't the bank take the house, or I don't want to give up my house. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, that's the number one myth that I get. Typically, everybody has this, that the lender owns my home, or I'm giving up the rights to the home. That is completely inaccurate. So a reverse mortgage is no different than a forward mortgage.
Okay.
If you are in a reverse mortgage and you owe $200,000 on that loan, when the last borrower exits the home, then the property either goes to whomever you've willed the house to. If both people were to pass, then it would go through probate or go through a trust, depending on how it's set up. But the children or whoever the heirs are get the property. You have first right of refusal on the property. So I'll give you the worst case scenario. This is how you typically start this.
Okay.
Let's say you outlive let's say you live to 120, right?
Yeah.
Take out a reverse mortgage at 65 years old, live to 120. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You owe $1 million on your house. It's worth $500,000. Okay. So worst case scenario, the family members get first right of refusal to purchase the property back for 95% of the current market value, not for what's owed. And that difference goes away. It's not applied towards the estate. It goes away. So at the end of the day, that's worst case scenario. So your children in that case would be able to purchase that property back for $475.
Yep.
And that $525,000 extra money, that just goes away. That's the bank's risk. That's what the risk is there for. So that's worst case. Best case, typically on a reverse mortgage, if you have $200,000 in equity today and you took out a reverse, it would take you about 12 years in order to actually not have a $200,000 equity position in that same property. So they really are great tools for all kinds of different things. And, that is the number one myth. So, and I'm glad that you brought that up. Yeah.
Unforeseen medical expenses. The car breaks down. You want to help out grandkids get into college, with the rising cost of college education.
Home improvements. I mean, you name it. There's really no limit to it. And the money that you take from a reverse mortgage is non-taxed.
Yeah.
So doesn't go against income. Yep. And that's where you really see, you got somebody on a fixed income that maybe has a couple $100,000 loan. They actually can't qualify for a normal mortgage to get cash out on a refinance.
Right.
With a reverse mortgage, you're not income qualifying for the payment. What you're income qualifying for is just the taxes and the insurance.
Yeah, great point.
So it truly does allow you to take advantage of things without having to go through the typical qualifications. There's no credit score requirement on reverse.
Yep.
You have to be in good standing with the loan that you have now. But outside of that, it's, pretty much 62 years of age or older, you qualify for a reverse mortgage if you have equity in the property.
I love it. E-Mortgage Management, Jason Brooks, more from our expert contributors, as well as Paul Bundschu. We're going to bring him into the conversation after this break. He's an air conditioning expert, sales manager, One Stop Cooling and Heating. And with the NBA Finals in full swing, our top 5 today is about the NBA teams with the most championships. And later in the show as well, we've got a really cool story here in our Tell Me Something Good segment. Seattle dad raises $40,000 to stop public schools from lunch shaming poor kids. So you're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Jarek Robbins. You are listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show with Brandon Rhymes. Please do what it takes to learn all that you have to live the life you want to live it fully, and find a way to give it by paying it forward to others.
Get in touch with Brandon online at consumerqb.com.
On November 9th, the two
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonatti created, perfected, and patented the Bonatti spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonatti invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonatti spine procedures, they consistently reflect 98.75% patient satisfaction. 50,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Over half our patients have suffered from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonatti succeeds where others fail.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Realty, and a top listing agent in Tampa Bay. I want to give a big shout out to Brio Tuscan Grill, International Plaza in Tampa. Man, this is a great restaurant. You got to check it out if you have not been there. If you like Italian food, you got to check them out. They're on West Shore Boulevard there at the International Plaza. awesome food, excellent service, and they are the official restaurant partner here. Brio Tuscan Grill, International Plaza. Go say hello to the team over there, and they're going to hook you up with that free water with lemon every time you go. They're going to take care of you in there now at Brio. We love the restaurant partner there. We go hang out there and have a great meal after we do our show here. So come check us out. Also, June 15th, we got an opportunity. If you want to engage us and if you want to come here and check out our studio, our radio station, we'd love to see you. But you got to RSVP for this. It's a free event. It's going to be catered food. We're going to have a lot of entertainment and some cool stuff. And you get to meet all of our expert contributors. So on June 15th, 5:30, we want to open it up to you out there. If you're a loyal listener of the show and you want to come check it out, just shoot us a form at consumerqb.com. Just click on the contact form. It's on the far right. It says contact or email. And that email comes directly to myself and Anthony, our show producer. We're going to make sure we get back to you before our head hits the pillow. You can also shoot a text or a call at 813-670-7372. That is our consumer advocate hotline, 813-670-7372. And we're going to help you win no matter what you're facing.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
All right, so in studio today, we've got Jason Brooks. He's a reverse mortgage specialist, e-mortgage management. Also, Paul Bundschu, he's a sales manager of One Stop Cooling and Heating. Let's go ahead and bring Paul into the conversation. And Paul, this time of year, man, it's the time to be proactive, right? That's what we talk about a lot.
Definitely. It's crazy out there right now. And I've been working late every night, people down, trying to get everybody taken care of. I was in a person's condo yesterday. Their thermostat was at 99 degrees.
Oh.
I mean, it's brutal. And it's way better to be proactive than reactive, because when you're reactive, usually you're going to sit without air for a little while, and nobody wants to do that. I mean, I scramble and I try to get these people taken care of as fast as we can, especially the older people that are down. But I mean, it's just getting really busy right now.
What do you see happening? What's the reason for a lot of these breakdowns?
People not being proactive, people not taking care of their system, people waiting until it's 20 years old before they think about replacing it.
Yep.
There's a lot of great financing options out there. The PACE program, which is, I mean, there's no qualifications. I mean, almost everybody.
Let's hit the acronym: Preferred Alternative Clean Energy.
That's it.
I think it is. Yeah.
All you have to do is be current on your mortgage. A homeowner with current on your mortgage, you can have a negative credit score. They don't care.
Wow.
It's assessed to your property taxes, and that's how you pay for it. I mean, it's just an awesome tool for anybody to get a new air conditioner. And it's not only just that, but you can do hurricane prevention measures, anything that has to do with energy efficiency in your home, new roofs. I mean, I'm partnering with other people to get other things done to their houses, and I see people getting qualified for $30,000-$40,000 worth of home improvements I had a guy 2 weeks ago that I went and saw. He had a 450 credit score.
Wow.
But he was current on his mortgage. They qualified him for $30,000.
Now, is this money they have to pay back? Is this set up as a lien on the property?
It's set up as a lien, and you pay it through your property taxes.
Okay.
And it's approved in Hillsborough, Pasco, Manatee, Pinellas. It's approved in all the Tampa Bay counties.
Wow.
And it's approved from the government. It's not, it's not something that, it's not a fly-by-night thing. It's not something that you're gonna, it's not a flash in the pan, so to speak.
Yeah, I remember one of the realtors on my team, actually, Mark Ogles. He's a former state rep, I think, and he was one of the ones that were going around spearheading this back. We were talking about that 3 or 4 years ago, and he was like, "Well, Pasco, I think Pasco was the first one to do it."
Pasco was the first one to come along, and Hillsborough's now approved it. Manatee, I think Sarasota's come on board now. It's really picking up steam really quickly. The Orlando market, the Orange County market, they're one of the very first ones in the state of Florida to bring it in. I have a branch in Orlando, and they're just using that PACE financing all the time.
Wow. So you heard that out there, listeners. We want to make sure you understood what you heard. So Paul Bundschu, he's a sales expert here, sales manager expert in the air conditioning space, One Stop Cooling and Heating. He's saying there's government money if you're in a position where maybe you're current on your mortgage, your credit might not be the best, income, you don't have to qualify income-wise. Let's reinforce that, Paul. Tell us a little bit just about that.
It's really easy. It takes about 15-20 minutes. You can go online and do it. It's ygreen.com, and or you can have me do it. Either one. I can get you all the information you need. You just have to call the show, and Brandon will put you in touch with me, and I'll take care of it. It's very, very simple. Like I said, you go online. You can go online. You can actually go online to ygreen.com, and you can see what you qualify for before you even do anything. Yeah, it's really an awesome tool I've seen. So
I'll make him an offer he can't refuse.
You can't refuse that, right? I mean, what are you going to do there? I mean, that's.
And then my partner here, I mean, you can always do a reverse mortgage and get equity out in your house and put an air conditioner in that way. I mean, I've seen that. I've actually been through that exact same scenario.
That's a tie-in as well. I mean, that's a good tie-in.
I mean, we live in Florida. You got to have air conditioning. And I deal with older homeowners that are on oxygen and they're suffering, and I hate seeing it.
Yeah, it's tough. And so let's do this then. If you're one of those types of people, you like to make we're going to give you an opportunity to raise your hand and say, yeah, that sounds interesting. I want to take action on that. Pull out your smartphone, shoot us a call, pull over if you're driving. ConsumerQB.com is the easiest way as well. If you go to ConsumerQB.com when you get home, just remember that, ConsumerQB.com. Submit the form. It's an email form. It comes directly to us. Say, hey, I heard Paul on the show talking about the air conditioning and talking about the ygreen.com, how you can get this basically government money, free money that's going to be attached. You pay it back at some point, so I shouldn't say free money.
There's no free money.
Yeah, no free money.
Nothing free anymore.
No free money. But it's not up front, though, at least. So that's an opportunity if you want to talk more about that. And it's not just AC. You can do other improvements to the property through that. Or let's say you're interested in a reverse mortgage. You want to raise your hand. Shoot us a call or a text message, 813-670-7372. Text or call 813-670-7372. And it's 670, a Tampa number. REQB is the last four. So if you want to use the numerical way or the alphabetic way there. So Jason Brooks in the house, reverse mortgage specialist, e-mortgage management. And currently we're talking with Paul Bundschu. He's the sales manager, One Stop Cooling and Heating. So what else are you seeing out there, Paul?
Just seeing a lot of people that aren't maintaining their air conditioners. You take that air conditioner for granted until it goes out. And when it goes out, then it's panic mode. And this is a bad time of year to be in panic mode.
That's right.
I mean, I've got 15 service techs, and they're all working 15, 16 hours a day. I know my last service tech called me last night at about 11:30, and he was just getting done. It's just crazy, and you don't want to be suffering in this weather. I mean, you can get a maintenance done for $79. Service calls are $49. We do free second opinions. We're out there to try to take care of the customer. And if you do need a new air conditioner, please just get a hold of us and give me an opportunity, because I've seen where other companies jack their prices up in the summertime just to make the extra dollars. Yeah. I have the same price book all year round. We do not we don't raise our fluctuator prices just to take advantage of people in summer. I'm right after the show, I'm going to see a gentleman. He has had four estimates for over $5,000. And he's got a 1,000 square foot house.
Wow. And
and he called me kind of out of the blue, and I went and saw. I haven't seen him yet, but I talked to him. I found out what he was getting pricing on, and I wish my boss would let me charge $5,000 for those units. Yeah. I mean, but they won't let me. Yeah. I'll get shot down. My boss they don't want to take advantage of anybody.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. When we come back, actually, we're going to jump into the other side of this conversation, which is indoor air quality. Mm-hmm. I love that aspect of what you do. One Stop Cooling and Heating. Paul Bundschu. We're going to talk about the indoor air quality, some of the myths there as well that you don't understand about that. We're also going to dive deeper with Jason Brooks on these reverse mortgages and how you can take advantage of that. And we are expecting a call in from Sean Febre. He's the president of Febre Frameworks. He's an expert real estate photographer here in Tampa Bay. Does a great job on our drone own videos and some of the photography for Platinum MVP Realty, our real estate brokerage. And also, we are going to talk about, since we're in the full swing of the NBA Finals right now, and we're going to talk about the top 5, is about the top 5 NBA teams with the most championships. Find out who they are next, as well as in our Tell Me Something Good segment, Seattle Dad raises $40,000 to stop public schools from lunch shaming poor kids. This and more from our expert contributors. Giving a big shout out to the Maids Cleaning Service. They do a great job cleaning our real estate properties. 24-hour, 100% satisfaction guaranteed by the Maids Cleaning Service. They are referred for a reason. Stay with us. Don't touch that dial. Consumer Quarterback Show, helping you win in any marketplace. That's the goal of our show. We're going to help you win. More of our expert contributors when we come back.
Hey everybody, I'm Forbes Riley, celebrity TV fitness host and creator of The Spin Gym. I'm here today with Brandon Rhymes, and you're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Great ways to get happy, healthy, and wealthy.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, quarterback show, former USF football player, played on the inaugural football team at the University of South Florida. Long-time quarterback on all of my sports teams. Actually played in Pop Warner Super Bowl #1. Dad was the coach. Championships in Pop Warner. Quarterback to my team to championships in state. state championship appearances, but now we're quarterbacking different types of games. We're quarterbacking that financial game for our listeners out there. We're quarterbacking introductions to all of our expert contributors, over 80 show partners now with the Consumer Quarterback Show. So no matter what you're facing out there, we've got an expert contributor. We've got an expert that can help you through these hard times, these trying times. Or maybe it's just a planning thing. Maybe you came into $100,000 and you're looking, okay, well, what do I do? How am I safe with this? How am I going to invest this, Brandon? What's my credit score? How can I improve my credit? And tomorrow's show, we're going to talk with William Crawley, a.k.a. the Credit Magician here. But we want to help you no matter what you're facing out there. So you got to engage us. The only way that we can help you is if you reach out to us. It's 813-670-7372. That's our Consumer Advocate Hotline, 813-670-7372. Give us a call at our hotline. Also, submit the form. You got an email form right at consumerqb.com. Just submit that email. It's going to come directly to me. We're going to make sure we get right back to you, and we're going to help you with no matter what you're facing out there. Also, giving a big shout out to our official hotel partner, Kipton's, the Hotel Zamora on beautiful St. Pete Beach. Now, this place is amazing. It's a whitewashed Mediterranean palace on St. Pete Beach. It's the first new hotel built on the beach in decades. Spanish ancestry meets cool Mediterranean flair. The Castile restaurant is an awesome restaurant. Check them out. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Rooftops. The rooftop is awesome, too. You look at the sunset overlooking the Intercoastal Waterway, overlooking the Gulf of Mexico. They got rooftop yoga on the weekends. If you're a boater like me, I love getting out there on Freedom Boat Club on the weekends. What you do is you pull your boat right up to the docks. You come out and you hang out by the pool, the hot tub there. You got a bar outside. So many things to do at Kipton's, the Hotel Zamora. Now, if you want to have a staycation, make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. Use the REQB code, and you're going to get a 10 to 15, maybe even a 20% discount off of your room stay, depending on the availability for that weekend. So Kipton's, the Hotel Zamora, St. Pete Beach, our official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we're back here in studio helping you win in any marketplace. Jason Brooks is in the house. He's eMortgage Management. He's a vice president of retail sales. Also, Paul Bundschu, sales manager, One Stop Cooling and Heating. And we have on the phones, Sean Febre couldn't make it. He's too busy growing this business, and him and Manny do a great job. They've been on the show. But we are going to talk now with Ken Monzon. Ken, how you doing today?
Brandon, I'm doing great. How are you?
Excellent. Things are awesome, man. I got to say, your video you guys create, the high definition photography, it really helps. It really makes our job easy selling these real estate properties, man.
Awesome. That's our goal. We want to, provide affordable video and photography to our realtors, man, and just give them a product that they're really happy with that helps showcase, their listings. So we couldn't be happier to be in this market right now, and we're certainly growing fast, as you mentioned before, and we're super excited about what the future has to hold here.
Tampa, Orlando, what other areas are you servicing right now?
So we're servicing Tampa vicinity. So we're going as far south as Apollo Beach, and we're going as far north Orlando to like Debari right now. Yep. So we're pretty we're pretty flexible. We move pretty much anywhere we can. If a client requests, if our cars can get there and our wheels can make it there, we'll come out and we'll shoot that property for you. And we're currently looking at expanding to possibly Miami here soon, and then also out of state. Looking at Dallas being our first new market out of state.
Love it. I love it. Tampa Bay, such a hot market, too. Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, Bradenton, Sarasota. We are truly blessed to be living in one of the best cities in the United States. And when you look at real estate photography, the landscape has kind of changed. You look at these drone videos, and I was very happy with the work done on this 5208 East Longboat Boulevard property that you guys did over the weekend for me. And, man, that video is just awesome.
I can't agree with you more. I really think that the Tampa market is doing really well right now, and we're seeing a great trend here. I was so funny you mentioned that video. I was just looking at it this morning, and I was pretty impressed by it myself. And we always like to look at the quality and whatnot, and just see if there's any areas for improvement there. But overall, I was really happy with that video, and I'm super happy to hear that you thought the same. And yeah, man, that's just our goal. Our goal is to keep our clients happy, to give you guys again affordable pricing, and just keep them coming back. But yeah, Tampa is a great market right now, and we're super blessed to be able to take advantage of that right now.
Yeah, these drones are something else. You get those bird's eye views of properties, and whenever I send that to the seller, they're just so pleased with it as well. They're like, "Oh wow, this came out great. We love the pictures, and the video was awesome." And it helps you sell the property. You know, you're able to now utilize it on Facebook, and Google Plus, Instagram, all these different pages where you can use it. And we've got some really cool strategies with Platinum MVP Realty, and we're able to syndicate these listings and push it through, and then you do a little paid promotion and you target it to a specific demographic, and it really helps you move these properties a lot faster. So if you just joined us, I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. Currently we're talking with Ken Monzon, and he's a manager over here with Febre Frameworks. He's Sean couldn't make it in. Sean Febre, president, and Manny Febre as well has been on the show before. So what else are you seeing out there, Kenny?
So, you know, just like you said right now, you know, photos are a great marketing tool for our realtors to have. But in addition to that, you know, offering something like a video walkthrough or some sort of drone video that really showcases the area. I mean, you may know that we also do 3D interactive Matterport tours as well. Just really good tools for our clients to have to just be able to really attract the buyers that they're looking for. And yeah, you know, we offer all these different things just to kind of make it easier for our realtors and help them sell these homes as quickly as possible. That's our number one goal.
I love it. I love it. Well, yeah, thanks for taking some time out of your schedule, giving us a call today. Parting words of advice.
Parting words of advice. That's a good one, Brandon. You put me on the spot there.
Yeah.
But I would say parting words of advice, you know, there's so much that you can do for marketing and real estate, but really the visual aspect of the marketing really attracts the buyer. Most of our clients are looking online, and they're shopping for homes online, and if we can take a moment and really capture their eye, whether it be through photography or video, that means that we're doing our job, and then hence our clients. Our realtors are happy because they're able to get those homes sold a lot quicker. So my advice would be, if you're a realtor out there and you're looking to showcase your property, we don't offer just photography. We offer many different services, from video to virtual staging, and we can certainly help you market that home with a reasonable, affordable price that will obviously, in turn, create some good returns and some good client relations for yourselves. So, but other than that, man, Brandon, thank you so much for having us on the radio here today. We really appreciate you and the partnership that we've created with you guys. And again, we're relatively new. We've been around for about 11 months, but man, this thing is growing, and we're excited for what the future has to hold. So if you're a realtor out there, please reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to answer you any way that we can. We have a Facebook page. We also have a website. You can visit us at www.febreframeworks.com. You can see all of our pricing. Everything is straightforward on there. There's also a phone number where you can contact us, give us a call, and we'd be more than happy, even if it's just to talk and answer questions. We'd love to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Kenny, awesome job, man. Appreciate you calling in today. And if you want to check out Ken's some of his work, we've got a property here, 701 East Crenshaw Street in Tampa, 3-bedroom, 2-bath property. They shot this one about 30 days ago for me, and beautiful renovation property there. Also, 5208 East Longboat Boulevard in Tampa, another beautiful property that if you check out these pictures, you'll see exactly what we're talking about. And thanks a lot, Ken. We appreciate you calling in.
Brandon, thank you so much. All right, take care, guys.
Take care. And reminder as well, all of our expert contributors are listed at consumerqb.com. Just click on the expert contributors tab at consumerqb.com. And we're back here in studio now. So let's go ahead and let's go back to Jason Brooks here, Vice President, Retail Sales, eMortgage Management. So Paul brought up some good points there. I love the fact that Paul talked about this whygreenworks.com. It's whygreen with the E on the end, works.com. And then also, when it comes to this time of year, reverse mortgages, they're topical for many reasons.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So there's a couple of things, and Ken, I was just wanted to piggyback off what he was, he just got off the phone with us, but literally 10 out of 10 people now, when you're looking online and shopping online, they are not reading content much anymore. Right. They are literally looking for videos and pictures, and that's all they want. So it is super important to make sure that you're choosing the best people to work with, and quality is extremely important in that sense. So there's good and there's bad video. You don't, and you definitely don't want to be on the bad side of that from a marketing perspective. But you know, to kind of you know, cut in a little bit in speaking with Paul on the break, you know, it's really funny how you know, you take things for granted, especially in Florida. You know, during we don't really have winter, so we'll call our spring. We get spring and summer here.
Yeah.
So in springtime, you know, we may not even turn on the air conditioning unit much. You know, what happens is it gets really hot all of a sudden, and then you go to crank it up, and it's not working. It's not like you thought it would, or maybe that you thought you remember it would. And then, you know, if you aren't taking care of that thing, it can really get ugly. And you know, 90 degrees inside. Typically, the humidity on top of that, you know, if you don't have something that's controlling the quality of the air on the interior of the home, it is amazing the difference between 72 degrees and humid and 72 degrees and not humid. So there's all kinds of things there, but I really like the grant program. Was it Why Green Now or Why Green Works? Yeah, so that is differently spelled than we said it originally. But you know, as far as tying that into reverse mortgage, look. The people that are most risk during the heat of the summer, there's a reason why in the state of Florida, your southern states, your southern Californias, it is actually, you have to have air conditioning in your home. You're not allowed to not have it. It's different than up north. Up north, you have to have heat. Here you don't. You need to have an air conditioning unit. So, you know, the people that are at risk are your older, homeowners and obviously young kids. So, you know, everybody's probably had this happen. You wake up in the middle of the night and the power went out in the summer. You know, nothing you can do about it, and all of a sudden, within about an hour, it starts to creep in. That it gets hot. You know, you can't sleep. So I can't imagine, you know, having to deal with something like that right now. And you know, so it's definitely important. Definitely call Paul. It sounds like a great opportunity. I'm going to look more into this because there's all kinds of other options on this website too. So thanks for you know, let me talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the top 5 NBA teams with the most NBA championships. We're also going to bring Paul Bundschu back in. We're going to talk about that indoor air quality. It's so important for you to take advantage. And also, Seattle Dad raises $40,000 to stop public schools from lunch shaming poor kids. More from our expert contributors. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you've been listening to the phenomenal Brandon Rhymes, the Consumer Quarterback Show.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
On November 9th.
Hi, Jackie Skelton from JR World Travel here. If you travel, you need a licensed professional travel consultant, not a computer. Your licensed professional consultant can get you more for your time and your money. Value for your money and experience, not marketing salesmanship. When you're sick, you call the doctor. When you need legal advice, you call an attorney. So the next time you want to go on any type of travel, call your licensed professional travel consultant who actually represents you. We specialise in group travel, family reunions, weddings, to escorting large groups or making special arrangements for the disabled. Please call 844-249-0190. We are a full-service travel consultancy offering worldwide concierge service. Air, land, sea, rivers, resorts, locally, nationally and internationally. Remember that number, 844-249-0190.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Quarterback Show, giving a big shout out to Felicia Lacaille with Healthy Gourmet. She's organic veggies, natural proteins, got a home delivery, office delivery, meal plan starting at $90 a week. Optimal fuel, optimal performance. Felicia Lacaille, longtime friend of the program here. Healthy Gourmet, all organic veggies, natural proteins delivered fresh 3 times a week. I love it. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I get these awesome meals delivered. Excellent food. They taste so good. You warm them up on the stovetop. I don't do the microwave as much now. I've talked to Jarek Robbins, some of these experts about that. But warm it up on the stovetop. You have an awesome meal there. And sometimes you take it in your vehicle and you got it sitting there ready to go. That way you're not pulling in and out of these fast food restaurants, putting that stuff in your body. And, what else do you have in this world if you don't have your health? It's so important to be healthy these days. Healthy Gourmet can help you do that. And all of our expert contributors are at consumerqb.com, consumerqb.com. And our hotline is 813-670-7372, 670-7372. A couple of hot listings I want to let you know about. 4711 Juanita Street South in St. Petersburg. I just listed this property. It's in the Bio Bonita Parkway. 4 bedrooms, 3 bath. $375,000, and it's about almost 3,000 square feet heated. It's a great property here. 4711 Juanita Way South in St. Petersburg. There's a park across the street. Really cool, old school, old Florida style home, I should say. And I got a property in Seminole here at 7657 132nd Way in Seminole. 4-bedroom, 3-bath property, Whispering Forest subdivision, $399,000. Motivated seller here at this property at 7657 132nd Way. It's a pool home, beautiful property, and come check it out. We'd love to hear from you about that at the website, consumerqb.com. All right, we're back here in studio. Reverse mortgage specialist Jason Brooks is in the house. E-Mortgage Management. He's the vice president of retail sales. Also, Paul Bundschu, sales manager, One Stop Cooling and Heating, here in studio as well. And Paul, let's go ahead back to that. So let's talk about that indoor air quality. I love that conversation that we have sometime with our listeners out there. It's so important.
It definitely is. Here in Florida, we have so many contaminants in our air. It's just unbelievable. And for under $1,000, I can get you into a pretty good air purifier that's going to purify your air, make your house more healthy, and the air in your house healthier to breathe. Better for your family, especially with children or people that have allergies. It cuts down on the dust in your house, which usually makes the wife happier. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like I said, for under $1,000, you can get into something that actually helps your air.
That's right. And the allergies, are so prevalent this time of year as well. So these indoor systems you have will help clean that air and help people live a better life.
Definitely.
Yeah, I love that.
It definitely helps you breathe better.
I love it. You guys ready to do a top 5? Have a little fun?
Oh, yeah. I'm great with sports.
All right, here we go. The NBA Finals in full swing. Our top 5 today is about the NBA teams with the most championships. So we're looking for the top 5 NBA teams, the most championships. We're going to start right here with Jason.
Oh, top 5 in order. I'm going to go with Los Angeles Lakers, Chicago Bulls.
Well, wait, get one at a time.
Oh, just one at a time.
One at a time. So okay. you got number 2. So you got it. Number 2 right there. And I guess they used to be called the Minneapolis Lakers. So
yeah, that would have been before my time.
I didn't realize that one. I didn't realize that one either. All right, Paul, who are you picking? Who you picking?
Celtics.
Celtics number 1 right there. 17 championships. LA has 16. And then you already said the Chicago Bulls. They got 6. I think those were all with MJ and Pippen and those guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then so we got 2 more here. So 2 more. The number 4 and number 5, Paul.
Got to go with Pistons.
Pistons did not make the list
No.
here. Sorry about that. I got to buzz you. Brendan loved it. My daughter was here. She got to do the buzzer on Tuesday. She loved that. So who's our number 4 and 5? We were talking about the NBA Finals in full swing. You got top 5 NBA teams with the most championships here. All right, I'll give it to you. Number 5, they're actually in the playoffs this year, the finals. Golden State Warriors, number 4.
Okay.
And then number 4 is San Antonio Spurs,
That's
the old
funny.
Tim Duncan days. Yep. All right, that's fun. All right, let's jump into our Tell Me Something Good segment.
Tell me something good.
All right, Seattle Dad raises $40,000 to stop public schools from lunch shaming poor kids. A Seattle man who was disturbed by school lunch shaming has raised more than $43,000 in a crowdfunding campaign aimed at erasing lunch debt in his kid's district. Jeffrey Liu is his name. He said, where students who don't have enough money to pay for lunch are denied food, singled out, or stamps or wristbands are given an alternative meal. So he launched a GoFundMe campaign, raised more than $43,000 to pay off existing lunch debts. And he says, as a parent of a graduate of Seattle Public Schools, I'm trying to help ease the burden of these families and make it where children can eat a nutritious meal at school. Pretty cool story. We love that.
Really cool. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's fantastic.
Really neat. You know, we love to do these feel-good stories on the show and kind of give you that, you know, you have the mainstream media talking about the train wrecks and the bank robberies and the, you know, what the Kardashians did. Who could care, right? Who cares? I could care less when that stuff.
Give me something good. I want to hear something good. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right. Yeah, mix it up. Talk about something good there. And so, interesting story there. And good job, Anthony. We love that. The top 5, top 10s. We like that stuff around here and having some fun. So let's go ahead now. We're going to jump into our lightning round.
The lightning round.
I am so good at lightning rounds.
I majored in lightning rounds.
Majored in lightning rounds. All right, so here we're talking about our top tips, things to do, things to avoid, parting words of advice. Jason Brooks, you're up first.
Parting words of advice. You know, I'm just going to stick with stay in my lane for right now and just talk a little bit more about reverse and why we're different.
Yep.
You know, reverse mortgage, you know, one of the main factors is the cost of reverse. What people don't understand is the closing costs associated with a reverse mortgage are based on 150% of the value of the home, which makes the cost look inflated in comparison to the loan amount. One of the things that we do differently than pretty much anybody that I'm aware of, and I'll give you an example of this in a second, you know, we cover the majority, if not all, of the closing costs on most of the loans we do.
Nice.
We can't always do that, but typically at least half. It's never less than half. You know, the other side of that is, I'll give you an example where this happened just recently in a local couple here in Valrico, just on a fixed income. Husband had a stroke. You know, $800 to $1,000 additional medical bills permanently now. And we were able to, another company was doing this as a reverse mortgage, and they weren't willing to close the loan for the people, and that was not the right thing to do. We came in, we closed that loan because it was the right thing to do. It had nothing to do with how much money we made or didn't make. We covered all of their expenses. They got into the loan that they needed to get into, and at the end of the day, we made a friend for life, and that's really what we're about. It's not about making a bunch of money on one transaction. It's about making a little bit of money on a whole lot of them.